Hafaday, and welcome to the Guam Chamber Member Spotlight Podcast, where we feature one of our many small business members, the backbone of our island community. They provide much needed services and products, employ our residents, pay taxes, and give back to our community in a number of ways. We're so glad you joined us today. My name is Chris Duenas, your host for the Chamber Member Spotlight Podcast. We are excited to feature our member, Guam Baby Company, represented today by the owner, Giana Pangelinan. Giana, Hafaday, and welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for having us at your business today. I'm excited to share your company with our viewers and listeners today. But before we get started with our set of questions, I wanted to ask you an icebreaker question. So the icebreaker question is, tell our chamber members something that most people do not know about you.
Most people don't know that I have a ton of, what do they call, Finstagrams? So you know how people make stories and it's like people get so tired of it that you just jump through it. Mm-hmm. So I have an Instagram for my daughter's bento boxes. I've got an Instagram for my cooking stuff. I've got an Instagram for my craft things, but I don't like everyone knowing all of that. So I have like little Instagrams that
so
people
you call
just
them
can't.
Finstagrams?
I think people call it Finstagrams.
Okay, and is it because it's what's the play?
Well, maybe it's not a Finsta because I think that means fake.
Oh,
so
okay.
maybe I'm wrong.
I assume it's
I just have
financial
all these
Instagram.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I just have side stuff that I don't want people to get tired of my bento boxes and stuff like that.
Okay, so that's great, Gianna. Thank you for sharing that with us, and hopefully all our chamber members can go and find you on Instagram, at least one of your 37 accounts.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get to the questions today. Question number one, tell us about Guam Baby Company and your products. So I guess you can talk about when you got started.
So Guam Baby Co. started in 2021 after we had our daughter, and it was actually my mom's idea, but we were in the car and my pump broke and I was complaining, and she basically said, if you're having this issue, how many other people on Guam are in the same boat? But I was like, Mom, there's no way. I can't start a business. I have a full-time job. I'm a new mom. And she's like, well, think about it. And so when we finally did start, it was online only. Mm-hmm. That way it could work with my work schedule and still being a mom. And thankfully at the time it was during COVID. So people were kind of used to picking up and not being able to go in store. So it was a great timing for that. So then we didn't really have to open up a brick and mortar right away.
Right.
But yeah, it started because my pump broke.
Okay, so your pump broke, you found a need, you filled it, and here we are today, 2 years later after you decided you wanted to get started. So you were inspired by your own personal situation. What was that journey like, though, just setting up the company and opening up shop and getting inventory?
Some of it, the inventory part was challenging because I wanted to make sure we only had quality products. I only make sure, we're not third-party resellers. We're legit authorized retailers. So making all of that proper from the beginning was a bit of a challenge, especially for some particular brands. But in terms of formalizing the business, it's nice that I have in-house counsel. So I got that done overnight.
Yeah, home field advantage.
Yeah, so that was super, super easy. But I think it was mostly getting the products, making sure they were good products, making sure that our website was something to be proud of, and that everything works seamlessly.
Okay, and I was going to ask how the pandemic affected the business, but it sounds like the pandemic kind of catapulted you in the beginning.
Exactly.
as far as people getting used to ordering things online.
I think it did.
Yeah.
Not only with that aspect, but because things were already hard to buy on island, and then even things were sold out everywhere online, I think it helped that people had a place locally to find stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so today, Guam Baby Co. is located here in Tamuning.
Mm-hmm. We are perfectly in the middle between the hospital, Sagwa MPG, and Dr. Shea, and SDA. So everywhere where there's babies.
So when a baby
We are
pops, they like
here.
go down the street.
We actually had a customer over the weekend. They were like, one of the girls here was like, "Oh, how old's your baby?" And they were like, a day. They're like, "We just came from the hospital and we're about to go home."
Oh, that's sweet.
So it's pretty cool.
Okay. Now, do you guys have employees or is it just yourself?
There's 3 others besides me, but 2 girls help out in the storefront, and then one's like back office admin, because God knows I need help.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. So you are in the retail industry. What do you consider the most challenging aspect of being in the retail industry?
I think it's probably inventory, just maintaining, managing, making sure our shelves aren't empty. That's probably the most challenging thing.
Making sure there's not too many. Making sure
Exactly.
your things that you're buying are moving.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that requires the majority of my time, but it's also the most fun part.
And how do you find out like what people are going to be looking for? Is it a lot of it is gut feel, or do you kind of listen to your customers?
We do a lot of things. We do our research. We listen to our customers when they ask us to bring things in. We monitor the new products that come in, see how well they're doing, if people want maybe a different color. So we have a lot of analytics that help us with tracking our inventory.
Okay. And then being a brick and mortar operation, you still have your online operation as well. Okay.
GuamBabyCo.com.
Great, thank you. And so, Giana, looking back to when you first started Guam Baby Co., is there anything you would do differently?
That's such a hard question because, I want to say no. I like where I'm at. I think I wouldn't have, the normal spiel. But I think if I could go back, I would have maybe gone a little bigger sooner.
Bigger as in open the brick and mortar?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I would have done that because I find that's probably my favorite part about owning a store is like the setup and just walking into the store every day. And so I think I would have done that sooner.
Okay, so do you see yourself here in this particular space long term, or should we not mention that so that your landlord doesn't hear it?
No, I love my landlord. I think we're going to be here for a while.
Okay.
We're purposely growing at a steady pace. I don't want to go into something much bigger and then whatever. So I like where we are. I like our proximity to the clinics and the hospital. And I love our spot. We've got such a nice parking. We have reserved parking for pregnant moms. So
Giana, you've run the business successfully for several years now. How do you contribute back to the community that supports your local business?
we try to donate wherever we can. We love supporting causes like Minyatlu. Last year they had their Breakfast with Santa pickups here. So we just love to support anything that benefits children. So
Giana, as a chamber member, I wanted to ask on behalf of the chamber, how does your chamber membership benefit Guam Baby Co.?
I think the chamber benefits Guam Baby Co. one by the networking. It's really nice to be able to meet a lot of people and to talk about our store, but two, also like promoting our business. You guys always, when I post something on social media, it gets reposted. It's a nice nudge to the other followers, so it helps spread awareness, and I love that.
Okay. And what advice would you offer anyone interested in starting a retail business from scratch?
I hope you love to work 24/7 because that's it.
So it's not as sexy and glamorous as the storefront that you have here. It's not like this all the time.
But it's a lot of fun.
So it sounds like you like what you do.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
What's the most gratifying experience that you've had so far? Maybe not names or specific
I love it
people.
when we get repeat customers come in and I ask them how something worked for them, and they come back saying their baby loved it or they loved it, and then they come back to get more, or I love seeing them come back and they're so happy with the stuff they bought here.
Okay, and these repeat customers, have you ever had an experience where they're having another kid and they're coming back because...
Oh, yes. So it's funny because, we started in 2021 And so all those babies are basically toddlers, but we're seeing them come back because their siblings are now coming. And so it's nice to see they're like, oh, I remember when they used like the Easy Peasy set, or, you know, it's nice to see like a family grow.
Okay. And so you have Guam Baby Co. You're open every day from 10 to 1?
On Monday to Friday, it's 10 to 1, and then Saturdays, it's 10 to 3.
Okay.
It's limited, but you can still shop our website. Yeah.
And so when Giana's not in the store manning the Guam Baby Co. storefront, what else is she doing?
I also have a bookkeeping company called Accounting Management Solutions, and that too keeps me super, super busy.
Okay, so you have a bookkeeping company running Guam Baby Co. You're also a full-time mom. Where do you find what do you do in your free time?
My daughter just joined Skip, and so Saturdays are now Skip days and then family day. So it's nice. We're always together. You know, I used to, if you asked me like 2 years ago, I would say I'd like going out, but no, I like staying home, watching TV, or, you know, just hanging out with
watching
her.
Watching her grow up.
Yeah, it's
watching
nice.
the business grow up. It's probably like a baby too, right?
It
Your
is.
business, yeah.
And it's her baby too. She comes here and she knows that the A is for her. She helps me like restock shelves. So it's just a whole family affair here.
Yeah. Oh, so you have a little entrepreneur in the making as well.
Yeah.
That's sweet. That's sweet. Well, Giana, thank you so much for having us today and sharing your story. We learned so much about you and about Guam Baby Co. We appreciate your insights and recommendations on what it takes to run and operate a sustainable small business in Guam. We encourage our residents to support our small businesses like Guam Baby Co. that make a big difference in the community. Also like to thank our listeners and viewers for tuning in and listening to today's show. We encourage you to drop us a note to share your comments on this episode and to visit our website or social media platforms at the Guam Chamber. We appreciate your feedback. So Giana, any parting words? How can people find you other than your 37 Instagram accounts?
You can check us out on www.guambabyco.com or amsolutionsguam.com, or stop by our store.
That's the bookkeeping company?
That is. Or stop by our store on Fahrenhold Avenue.
Do you guys still get regular phone calls?
We do. We get phone calls, we get DMs, we get emails, we get it all.
And if someone wanted to pick up the phone right now because they're driving, what number do they call?
They would call 647-4262 or 687-4262.
All right. Giana, thank you so much. We look forward to having you back in the Chamber Member Spotlight again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.